So here we go. Decrease. Yeah, combust is like kind of like fire. All right, so we're gonna hit play, and we're gonna see what happens. So they're bringing in the flint. They're lighting the steel wool on fire. It is moving a little bit, but it seems like the initial mass is 27.28 grams. And it's just a beautiful reaction, right? The fire is just slowly moving through the wool part of it. It's really cool. It's a really pretty reaction. Oh, 27.25. So it seems like maybe it went down. I don't know. We'll wait a couple more seconds to see what's happening here. Oh, and there it goes. Here's the thing. I think a lot of times when we do chemistry and we have certain ideas in our mind, right? Like we're gonna get things wrong, and that's totally okay. That's the whole point of learning. If you wrote decrease, that's okay. Generally speaking, when things catch on fire, you think, oh my gosh, it's losing mass, it's going away as carbon dioxide or water vapor. But in this situation, what's actually happening is the steel is taking the oxygen out of the air and basically adding oxygen atoms onto this molecule, onto this compound, and making iron oxide. So yeah, it quite literally is getting heavier by pulling atoms out of the air. So that's just one example. It's just one example of things that we will see here. And we'll go ahead and just close this for right now, and we'll come back to that. So I have videos prepared. Like I said, I'll be showing and doing stuff myself, doing PowerPoints, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I used science today, Ton. Yes, you did. And, you know, unfortunately, I didn't sing it to you, but you did get to do a little bit of science today. So let's go ahead and move on. I have here a good example of kind of what to expect from our class. I don't know if it's confirmed, Kate, if the live stream is going to be on Wednesdays.
Not yet, but we'll know by this weekend. So we'll update everyone with the final schedule.
Excellent. So, but this is just an example. The live stream is going to be once a week with office hours once or twice a week. We'll have some sort of community discussion, which I'm going to post. We'll have trivia once a week as well. As you can see here, we are going to do a subtopic within the unit pretty much once a day. I'll live stream about a good chunk of it, but since we're only going to be doing an hour a week, I myself might not be able to talk about every single thing specifically. But don't worry, we have so many other resources for things and ways for you to get that information if it's not directly from me. I think that's about it for this. What's really nice about this, you can see, is we have inside resources, which are things made by Fiveable, and external resources, which are resources found by our students and said, hey, this is actually really useful for me. And I think that other students would find this useful as well. Yeah, so, and you will have a resource to the classroom via Thinkific, which we will be showing you how to use later, I'm assuming. Cool. Awesome. And a lot of these links, by the way, too, are also already on Fiveable. If you go through the Fiveable website, you can find a lot of the study guides yourself, which are really excellent. A great thing to check out. Excellent. So moving on, any advice? Okay, so here's the thing. First off, this year is already crazy as it is. So I do want to say this, is that chemistry is awesome. I mean, I love it. I'm getting to make a career out of chemistry, but it can be really frustrating. And I don't mean that as a discouragement, more as a just be aware going into it. It's really intricate, and a lot of rules that we're going to learn have exceptions to the rules, and that can be really frustrating. I totally understand that. Read the textbook. The textbook is going to be the study guides, which are invaluable. I think having as much information possible is going to be so crucial for going through chemistry. Chemistry is one of the few AP subjects that actually is a full year of college material. So we have to cover a lot of material. So make sure you read. Staying on top of your studies. Please don't procrastinate. It's so easy to do in this class. So don't do it. And we're building a community. And once again, the whole thing and idea is to post questions, respond to questions. If you know the answer to something, it is so valuable to teach somebody some sort of information that you know, because it helps you further understand that material better. Is it worth it? Yes. I think this is going to be so cool. First off, you guys are going to get to learn chemistry, which is an awesome subject. And this is the first class that Fiveable's doing. Like, you literally get to say that later. How cool is that? I'm excited. I'm going to be like, hey, I taught one of the first classes at Fiveable. Your TAs, your classmates, myself, Fiveable, we're here to make learning fun and accessible. And I know that's not always the case from wherever you're at, but we really do like learning chemistry. We like learning, period. And I think that's super fun and invaluable. Learning is student dependent. So really at the end of the day, you get to go at your own pace, and you can get what you need from us. We're going to be recording all of our lessons. So if you don't come live time, that's fine. You can watch them later. But what's hard about that is you can't necessarily take the time to ask me questions, which I think is fairly valuable. And that's it. So if you have any questions, now would be the time to ask them. You can go ahead and throw them into the chat. You can also like raise your hand. I know there's a hand function in here, and I can do my best to kind of work through and see what there is. Awesome. I'm super stoked, Cassandra. I'm super excited too. I'm going to stop sharing really quick here. So yes, is there any questions and things that we can help with? I think I saw a recommended prep book. So once again, I want to point out that for free, all of the study guides are on Fiveable. If you go ahead, let me see if I can do that really quick.
Just to interject really quick,
Sure.
for study guides, for course people only, we will have them packaged up for you, so you will be able to print them in case you need them. At the moment, they're only on our website and they're not really printable, but we got you guys.
But it's also it is viewable for free on our website, so.
Yeah, correct. And then we'll have a more packaged version for anybody who wants to take it away with them if people have limited internet access and all those things.
Awesome. I might hit you up on that.
Yeah.
So basically, y'all, I'll go ahead and share this so you can see. If you have good internet, you can access it here. You just go to resources. Or for me, I have the AP Chem and AP Bio because these are the subjects I like. And you just...
You taking the AP Bio exam, Chem?
No, gosh, no. And you just get to click on this. I've all accessed the stream, so you know where we're at here. But if you just browse by the units, unit 1 is where we're going to be starting. And we have all these resources, but like I said, there's videos, study guides, blah, 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 blah. You can click on the study guides, and these are the ones that were written either this summer or last spring, stuff like that. So it's a good spot to check for free. I know there's so many good prep books that you can get. I always try to say don't spend too much money because we're gonna do our best showing you what's up with that. Mm-hmm. Let's see here. There's a lot of questions. Is there any ones that, Tanya, you think I should answer or you can answer?
Yeah, so a big question that people ask is, why should I take the fall one when I can just wait until the spring? And we all know what happens when you wait until the spring to study, right? You all show up at our 5-hour cram sessions to get all your information, which is not a bad thing. But if you stay ahead of schedule, then you'll, this is a good time to kind of redevelop your study habits and stay on track throughout the year rather than trying to load it all at once into your brain, because if you overload your brain, you're not going to remember things as much as you would if you had just studied along the way.
Right.
So the benefit of studying in the fall is you get way more time to study. Yeah, Harrison, I'm calling you out. and you still get to keep your materials into the spring as well. So, it's up to you, but we recommend fall if just to be ahead of time. Spring, you can see where you're at in the spring, and then if you need to retake the course, or if you feel like you need extra help, then that's when you take the spring as well. But it's up to you guys.
And yeah, I see a good question. Will I be available to answer questions if you miss a live lecture? Totally. And that's the whole point of building the community, which is super exciting. Having access to me and your TAs is going to be something that I think is essential. I might not be able to answer it like in 30 seconds, but I'll do my best. What's my favorite metal band? All right. Have you guys heard of Power Trip? They're fantastic. They're a great group. Unfortunately, their lead singer just passed away, which makes me so sad. Yeah, but it happens. Life happens. So Power Trip, you should check them out. Any other questions? Let's see. From school. Ton, have you talked about that? The last question.
So if you have, the TAs will help with anything that we're covering, but it will be hard to kind of help you with your actual class and work in school. That's just because of, the amount of students to TAs. But I think once we launch our community, you will be able to have access to AP Chem students studying all around the world. So you can ask questions there if you need clarification and all that stuff.
Cool.
How do TAs work? So TAs will be paired up with, an X amount of students, and they'll be kind of like your point person to kind of answer anything that you need, to give you feedback, to point you to resources and all those things.
And then I think I saw up top, yes, so everything that I'll be teaching you this semester and providing for you will be ready for the AP exam. So by the end of this fall, all the material that I will have covered, if the exam was, what would that be? December 25th, Christmas, you could take the AP exam and have received all the information available.
Yeah. See some folks already asking to work for Fiveable.
Yeah, man.
We do require you to be 16 moving forward, and I hate when Fiveable always autocorrects the Fiveable.
I like it.
But yeah, moving forward, you'll be required to be 16, and then you'll have to have a good score, so like a 4 or 5 ideally. So that kind of helps us prove your knowledge in the subject to the point that we trust you to teach other students. So that's good motivation to take this course and take the AP exam.
I'm so glad I'm 16. I made it.
You're not 16.
I am 16 plus a couple years. Awesome. All right, cool. It looks like the chat is starting to go rampant, but you are all available to answer any questions outside of this, right, for the next couple of days?
Yeah, I can stay here for a little bit too, to just answer any leftover questions.
Cool. I can't. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to ship it away, but I meant more along the lines of if anyone wants to leave now, but if a question comes up after the fact, they can send you direct messages via the Fiveable website, right?
Yep. So Kate, you can email Kate at fiveable.me. She just dropped her email in the chat. Kate is our head of instruction who has planned all of these courses, all 38 of them, which is insane. So props to you, Kate. But yeah, she'll be able to be your point person. And we'll also have our support team. So if you go on our website, there will be a bubble in the bottom right corner. Harrison will probably be one of the people answering you because he's really good at that.
Harrison, are you taking AP Chem this year? Maybe. Oh, you should totally do it. Awesome. How much you study a day for chem? Oh, that's a hard question to answer. It's really student dependent, right? I mean, for me, when I was in high school, all I had to do was read the textbook and I was pretty happy. I actually, surprisingly enough, did not have the best chemistry teacher, but I really enjoyed the science, so I took it upon myself to do a lot of reading. If you're fairly competent in math, that will probably also lower some of your time. If you have trouble with math, it might be a hard year. You could spend anywhere from an hour to sometimes 3 hours a night on chemistry. And once again, I'm not trying to scare anybody. This is a hard class, though. Chemistry can be challenging, and I do want to make sure you're prepared for the amount of work that you need to put in for this class. But I think a lot of you being here really shows that you're willing to take initiative and work really hard, which is awesome. What topics in chemistry are heavily math dependent? The answer is yes. No, shit. There's a lot. I would say the last 3 units, so equilibrium, acid-base chemistry, and applications of thermodynamics, are very math heavy in the fact that if you have a solid foundation in algebra, you'll be okay. The hardest thing that we do is like the quadratic formula, stuff like that. So a lot of graph interpretation as well. So being able to read a graph and comment on that, that's going to be a big part of math in chemistry. Yeah, so there is a little bit of overlap. Actually, there's a lot of overlap of physics and chemistry. That's just due to the nature of those sciences. We're going to be talking briefly about like Coulomb's law, but thermodynamics is the biggest crossover. We actually don't do nuclear chemistry in AP chemistry. That's covered more in physics, which I think is really interesting. Stoichiometry is a real thing, okay? I don't appreciate. No. Avinash, we're not going to be talking about wave functions. We're just going to be talking about the qualitative aspects of it. So, like I said, algebra is like the most you'll need to know. You won't need any multivariable calculus and statistics for this. Also, though, quantum mechanics was hands down my least favorite class in college, easily. I was more of an organic chemist. That's what I really liked. Yeah, Kate, thank you. Don't forget, we have the code OH10 to get $10 off for a course, stuff like that. We'll do a live stream for this, like this, for AP seminar. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know. Con, is there a seminar, AP seminar?
I believe, yeah, like Kate said, in the spring, we hope so. These courses will be dependent on who signs up, but yeah. Well, if there's a stream that's not, if there's an open house that's missing, just let us know, or just reach out to us and we'll let you know the status of it.
Cool. Yeah, so I will be giving a lot of math tips while I go over things. It depends on how they do the AP tests at the end of the year. I think that's going to be the theme of this first semester in terms of College Board is we don't know what they're thinking or what they want, only because they could say something and then come February or March, they could change it, just like they did last year. So for AP Chemistry, the entire multiple choice section of the test is no calculator. So you have to do all of your, you have to do all mental math. So I'll definitely give you tips for that. But for the FRQ or for your response section, they do allow for you to use a calculator. So that's nice. That's nice. Cool. And the class isn't every day. It's just going to be once a week. But there are going to be office hours that you can attend and ask questions as well. The classes will be about 1 hour. I foresee my classes going probably an hour and some change, just because of the great questions I know you guys are going to ask me. So yeah. So
just to point something out really quick. all of the people in here are your potential course mates, right? So get to know each other. And I'll sneak peek a preview that's really exciting for us is we will, in our new feature, we will be, or in our new, one of our new releases, we will be launching groups. So you can form your own study groups on Fiveable and have a live chat system and have shared group resources. So make sure you have a Fiveable account if you don't have one. If you most likely already have one if you're here, but just in case you don't, if you're one of the new folks, sign up for a Fiveable account. And those will be super exciting. So.
Kate, did you want me to show the video? Yes. Okay, cool. So today, I was hanging out with my friend who's a biologist, and he collects fish. So he collects fish, and he has to save tissue samples of the fish in liquid nitrogen. So what I ended up doing is I lent him the liquid nitrogen. I'll go ahead and pull this up really quick. I lent him the doer for the liquid nitrogen container, and this is what we did with it after the fact. Let me scoot that out of the way. Full screen it here. Excellent. So here you go. That's right. Liquid nitrogen in boiling water. That's right. It was awesome. Best part about that, it's not even a chemical reaction. That's the best part. I'll do it one more time. Boom. It was a good time. Excellent.
Nerd.
Hey, that's a good thing. That's
no, it's definitely a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. It was just a state of matter change. The liquid nitrogen is so cold and the boiling water is so hot that the water basically vaporizes the liquid nitrogen, and it just takes the water particles up with it, making a cloud. I made a cloud.
So just a couple of quick questions about being enrolled at school and all that stuff. So to take the Fiveable course, you do not have to be enrolled at your school, but if you want to take the exam, I believe you have to talk to your school's AP coordinator, so you can kind of set that up and get your code for the College Board. I'll drop a link here in just a second about the steps you'll need to take to get that that code from College Board. But we do not distribute College Board codes ourselves. So if you want to take a course, there's no prerequisites here. Everything is open to you to study. So Jody, I hope that answers your question. And then Jessica, just to recap on your question as well. Your school doesn't offer the APs. Again, talk to your local coordinator. You're welcome to take any class with us, AP class with us.
Ton, are we going to have enrollment for chemistry indefinitely? Or will it end?
Like for the Fiveable courses?
Yeah, so one question is asking when the enrollment, or when's the last day to apply for fall AP Chem?
I don't know, Kate. I'm not sure like what we've.
Kate might have.
I'm sure it's rolling basis. So I'm almost positive you'll be accepted on a rolling basis. So if there's you can join whenever. And if you have further questions about that, feel free to just email me or Kate, and we'll clarify that for you.
Cool.
The deadline for AP 2021 registration?
Those are, so I think it's October. Yeah, thanks, Harrison. So the schools want you to enroll by October, but from what I understand, you sign up and then you can opt out whenever you want. And I think they're giving the money back just because of the crazy circumstances this year.
Yeah, for COVID, the College Board changed their policies, and now they waive the cancellation fee this year if you cancel at any time. So I recommend talking to your AP coordinator like as soon as possible whenever you get back to school, because they're going to be much more forgiving and want to help you before their deadlines, because there is a late fee for you to register after October, and people don't like paying fees. I mean, I don't want to pay the extra $25.
Exactly. Awesome. Thanks, Harrison.
So we'll send out a reminder to everyone across all courses to make sure that you're registered for everything that you need to be. So we'll keep you guys posted on those important deadlines to make sure you're registered and all set up.
Good, especially if you are not taking the chemistry class at your school, or the calculus class, or the literature class, because you're not going to have your teacher hounding you to sign up. Some schools, like the school I teach at, actually automatically signs the students up. So like, it just depends on where you're at.
Any questions that are specifically for the AP Chem course at Fiveable?
Cool.
Wes, any final advice for students taking your class, or students who might be interested in taking your class?
My goodness, keep an open mind. I know that it's going to be a lot. Write. Oh my gosh, I can't even begin to tell you how important it is to actually take pen and pencil and write. It sticks in your brain better. If you just sit and watch me do the lecture, that's not going to be the best way to get information. It will be quick though, so having some shorthand writing is good, and going back and reading and watching some of the lessons after I've done them is good too. But writing I think is the best thing to do.
The people behind me are our new design fellows. So I oversee the product and design of Fiveable. So we just brought on new teammates who are helping design the new platform. So Harry, Shaniqua. So that's Harry and Shaniqua. They're our new fellows. Harry's from China. Shaniqua's from, she said New York, but she's actually from New Jersey. But Grace, just to answer your question, study guides will be packaged up, and then we'll be able to print those PDF study guides, and you can have them offline as well.
Yeah.
Any final questions about Fiveable? We are real people. Wes is a real teacher. He's really good at his job. We are building a real platform. He's a real boy.
I'm a real person, yeah.
But there's a lot of things in store this fall, in addition to the courses being released. Wes, what's your favorite movie?
Oh no. Oh, that one's hard. I just watched for the first time The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly with not Harrison Ford. I'm totally blanking.
Harrison Burnside?
No, the old Dirty Harry. What's his name?
I have no idea.
I'm totally blanking. He's Eastwood. Clint Eastwood.
Oh, Clint Eastwood. Okay.
Yeah. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is awesome. It is like such a good movie. It's on Netflix. It was on Netflix. Great movie. Favorite element, tungsten. Tungsten, because, get this, its element symbol is W, so winter, W, you know? But that's a cool fact, you know, relatable. It's also the element with the highest melting point. So it melts at like 7,500 degrees Fahrenheit or Celsius or something like that. I have to look it up. I don't have it memorized. Oh, yeah. Memorizing is a little overrated. There will be some things that you have to memorize, but like you do not have to memorize the elements on the periodic table. That's, everyone asks that like day one. They're like, do I have to memorize elements? No. Abbreviation J. I don't even think there is anything on the element periodic table with a J in it. I'll have to look. There's no element R either. You guys want a fun chemistry fact, and then you guys can head out?
Yeah, and then tell us your worst dad joke.
Oh, okay.
Best worst dad joke.
I got a chemistry / dad joke. So
Okay, that works.
why can't you trust atoms? Because they make up everything.
Exit the stage, please.
Yeah, bye. Yeah, boom. Okay, so does anyone happen to know the symbol for silver? What the formula for silver is? Go ahead and write it in chat. Yeah, Ag. So it actually stands for argentum, which is the old school Latin name for silver, and aurum for gold. But for silver, when the Spaniards came over to South America, they came across this land and were like, oh my God, it's mountains of silver. We're going to call this Argentina. So,
oh, dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely auditing your class for these fun facts.
Awesome. Please come on by.
Any final questions about the course, anyone?
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Again, feel free to reach us out at hi@fiveable.me or kate@fiveable.me, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible with any additional questions. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Thank you, Wes, for your time tonight.
Yeah, for sure.
And thank you for everything that you'll do this fall. It seems like the crowd is super excited to be in your class. So
yeah, I'm super excited to teach more chemistry. It's going to be super fun. Awesome. All right.
Wes, what grade are you in?
I am in, I think 22nd grade would be how that math works out, I think.
Oh, dang.
I have my degree from Berkeley in chemistry, and then I have my master's in education. So there you go. Senior.
All right, well,
more
show off.
I mean,
All right, thank you. Thanks, guys. Thank you, everybody in the chat.